This is Close Combat Panthers in the Fog. You're watching episode 32 of the Axis campaign. Take a moment to support the channel by clicking the subscribe button, liking the video, and turning on notifications. It's 0600 on August 9th. It's a foggy morning, and we're going to start on the west end with 1st SS. Conf Group Kuhlman is going to move north. Ideally, they would not be the spearhead unit. They are a little bit underpowered, but the alternative is to leave them behind and wait for more powerful units to arrive. I don't know that that's better. Maybe I'm going to regret this and I should just have them garrisoning in this position in case the enemy comes down. Next, up in Verny, we are going to be staying put with Panzer Grenadier Regiment 2. These guys are unable to currently secure the battlefield, so we're just going to keep grinding through this. In Val d'Isère, we have Panzer Grenadier Regiment 2-1, and they're just going to be fighting another defense as 3rd Armored Division makes another attack. Down here, I'm trying to get our recon element to the front. I mostly need them probably further to the west up here with Verny. If I join up with Muppet Battlegroup, it should give me enough firepower to have a fully formed battle group. So I've got one movement phase to get them to Val d'Isère. I do need to end this fight, and then I could move them up into Verny, and we could merge up there. In Les Mesnil-Adélie, we've got probably one of our worst and weakest fights ahead. This recon element only has AT guns, and we don't even have Panzer Grenadier. We have recon soldiers. So with the situation unfolding, the enemy is bringing 2nd Armored Division, and they're going to come at us hard. But I'm hoping that because we're on the defense and they come from the north, maybe I can still hold this map down with the AT guns and ideally just be able to free up some of the more potent battle groups to go on the offensive. To the east, we have a new battle group that just arrived, SS Panzer Grenadier Regiment 2 from 1st SS. They just need to get to the front line. I don't know who they're going to support just yet, but they're just going to start moving west. If I'm having trouble in Les Mesnil-Adélie, they can always merge there. Otherwise, they can continue on and find somebody else. Now, I've got 2 battle groups here, and I need to split them. So Panzer Grenadier Regiment 304 is under strength, but they do have Panthers. So I'm going to move them south, and they are just going to clear out these western maps. So once they get over here, I can split to continue the offensive or where we're going to be garrisoning. So I don't know how that'll happen, but that's the current plan, is just get them down and secure all this terrain. We also have SS Panzer Regiment 2. They are a far more formidable force. So they're going to continue west, but like I said, if I wait with Conf Group Kuhlman, we're just not making any progress. So this is really the element I want to lead the charge with. So as they move west, we might have them continue on. Maybe they'll move up here. I'm not sure, but I need to get them to the front, and they've been delayed by every single movement phase. So here's to hoping that that doesn't happen again. I think that covers everybody. Here comes the artillery. More artillery. Double artillery. All right, so that movement went. Seems like those are all kicking off just fine. Everybody moved. Yeah, everybody moved. Now we're in Tirepied with 30th Division defending against Conf Group Kuhlman, 1st SS Panzer. We are going to have American Dad Company back. It's been a little bit since these guys have been in the action, but I'm excited to get back to it. We have Roger leading 1st Platoon, and they're all infantry. Down in second platoon, we have Saul Perkins leading 4 Panthers. For support, I've got 2 mortar half-tracks, a gun half-track, and then an armored car. So I think we have actually a really good mix of units here, and I think we can probably fight just about anything with this as long as we're not completely overwhelmed. Okay, so the enemy's only bringing a small company. They have 1 rifle platoon, and then a BAR and a rifle team, 2 light mortars, and only a single AT gun. Now, as long as I don't just drive headfirst into that AT gun and get popped, this is a very, very winnable fight. After last battle's fiasco, I'm thinking this could favor us. This could be a very good outcome. Just don't get too far ahead of myself. I'm ever so slightly less optimistic. We have no cover, and to avoid artillery and airstrikes on our tanks, I just have them spread out the best I can. There's no good place to put them. I am having the west end defended with Steve, Barry, and Klaus. They're just going to prevent any runaway enemies from moving to the east. In the north, I have Stan and Francine. They can see north and northeast. Then I've got Roger and Haley. They're hiding in the trees. I'm hoping that the enemy isn't just straight in front of them in these buildings. If they are, I'm hoping they're not spotted, and we have some time to pin them down with the armor. Toshi is watching north and northeast. Ricky Spanish is pulled back quite a ways, but the expectation is they can kind of hold their own as long as they're not the primary target. I've got Snot all the way in the rear, looking straight north. And then Horse Renoir is also kind of pulled back with Saul Perkins and Jeff Fisher being the primary targets in the front. And then Horse Renoir can see northeast and north to a degree, only really to the row of hedges by the road. Outside of that, we're going to try and push either north or west, depending on where the enemy presents an opportunity. Let's do it. Okay. That's kind of decent. Nope. Contact north. We're already engaging. Jeff Fisher has it. Horse Renoir sees something. Sees these guys right here. Lost line of sight. Lost it again. It's kind of in and out. Jeff Fisher can't see. I'm going to go ahead and pull Jeff Fisher east and north. I don't want to run the tanks into an ambush, but I don't want to stay static for too long either and allow them to engage with artillery if they have some. So, Ricky Spanish, let's move you up just a little bit. Because these guys are sort of fixed, I'm going to go ahead and put some mortars out there. We definitely didn't kill everybody here, so I'm going to drop some mortars in there. Alright, that autocannon is doing some damage. Horse Renoir might get him. Oh, we got more runners here. I think we're going to hold off on that mortar for a moment. We'll let Dr. Penguin wait and see if anybody sets up shop here. Alright, I do have to worry about enemy mortars. So I can engage with that. If I open up with Stan, we run into the problem of the enemy trying to target us with the mortars. So I would like to avoid that if possible. Jeff Fisher can probably safely move up to right here. I can move Saul Perkins up. The big problem with Saul Perkins is once they expose themselves a little bit, who knows if there's an AT gun that's going to have line of sight. So we got to be a little cautious. We are drawing mortars on Horse Renoir, so we're going to get out of there. Maybe. Full speed ahead. Alright, let's get Snot up here. Jeff Fisher, keep moving up. Toshi can creep up. I don't want Haley to give away their position, so they're going to crawl. Who got hit? Who got hit? Was it our mortars hitting them? I think so. Kind of sounded like it was coming from my lines. Hold up right there with Saul Perkins for a minute. They're safe from the west for right now. There we go. More contact north. Let's go ahead and continue. Jeff Fisher has line of sight. I don't know if they'll try and target Haley if we stand up because they don't have anything else they can target. So I still want to keep Haley kind of safe because I'd like to get into this building without being destroyed. It's only 30 meters from there. I don't know if we'll have to worry about enemies coming from the east. Toshi, move up just a little bit. Ricky Spanish, follow behind. Let's get Horse Renoir over here because they'll be a little bit more effective against infantry. And I think I'm going to do a small move here with Barry and Klaus. And maybe we'll just let Steve cover for a moment. We'll try and move in and take this two-story building.
Hit the dirt!
Guns firing. Seems like everything's going okay. I think that's under control. I don't know. I don't know if there's like a full unit there or if we're down to like one guy. All right. I'm thinking Haley's going to have to make the run. Let's bring Roger over to move in and secure. Horse Renoir can move up. Contact west. They are pushing. Saul Perkins can't defend that. We're going to have to turn Steve north. I hear rifle fire. Maybe they're engaging Haley. You guys do not have to be exposed. Let's go ahead and move Horse Renoir to the west. We got contact east. Infantry over here. And I will try and get Toshi involved in this fight without getting too close. Is that a mortar going after Toshi? I don't... Ooh. This might not be an okay spot for Horse Renoir. Haley's just going to have to ride that out. All right, let's continue moving up. Snot will fill in. Jeff Fisher move up. Saul Perkins is going to move across the hedges. Let's see. Maybe put Ricky Spanish right here in the middle. Roger is still moving. We are getting hits over here. I might send Haley to the east more. And if I do, I can take Francine to this two-story. Put Stan on defend. And I think Haley is actually going to backtrack down here. So let's actually just go south and then east. And we'll try and secure this building. I don't want to get Toshi much closer. Movement over here is going okay. More rifle fire coming from the north. Oh, we're being charged? We are being charged. Get out of there. Saul Perkins, just go east, actually. Just go east. They are approaching from the west. I'm actually going to back Snot down, and we're going to pull up in here somewhere. I think that's more mortars coming for Ricky Spanish. So let's not be there. Can Horse Renoir get up in here? Jeff Fisher there. All right, Snot. Cover this field. All right, I think we are ready. So let's go up in there. And I don't know if we make that run. I'm debating if we go to this first story and then try and cross the road. Oh, yep, there's the artillery. Francine probably not going to survive. Stan also not going to survive. Horse Renoir, go north. Stan was annihilated just as expected. I don't like Horse Renoir driving into a possible ambush, but they do need to get away from where the artillery's dropping. Horse Renoir is now immobilized. That's unfortunate. Let's move Snot west. Saul Perkins can take this position here. And we're just going to have to sit on defend. Francine is going to make it, I think. Let's go ahead and continue moving up with Haley. Not sure if these are mortars coming after Ricky Spanish. Just trying to currently keep them on the move so they don't become a major target. We don't have any infantry supporting our advance west, so might need to move Stan up or Steve up there, and then that way I can continue moving west with the armor. I'm going to take this flag. We do have contact in this building over here. You guys get down. Where's it coming from? It's not even there. Where is it? It's further north. Are they? Oh, it's these guys. All right. Mortar's going out. Let's get Toshi. Haley. Come down there. I thought they were actually going to be at the building, but they're not. So we are still going to push for that. Being shot at. Is it coming from the multi-story buildings? Let's get Steve Westmore. Might have to pull Jeff Fisher up just to get them around the trees so they can fight to the north. We need to get some cannon rounds into those two-story buildings. Klaus, move up here. Barry, I think we're going to move to the hedges and peek at this flag. Enemy did surrender. I don't know where. I don't know who it was. This one rifleman that was hiding? Yep. All right, Haley, you got to make the move. They're right on top of us. They have a lot of infantry over here to the east. That was kind of unexpected. I don't think Roger can help. No. I'm going to reverse Toshi just a little bit. They're kind of close. No reason for him to be that close now that we know that the enemy's there. Ricky Spanish can come up here. We are still being mortared. They can't have many mortars left. They had 2 light mortars, right? So now the gun's out. That sucks. Of course, their probably last shot actually hit us. That should be the end of it, though. They should have only had a couple salvos in those light mortars. Rifle fire. Okay. I'm surprised how much they had in the east. So Francine there. Just to be sure, I'm going to send Haley down to the south and make sure that there is nothing hiding there that I've overlooked. Saul Perkins can cover this building. Toshi, I don't want to move up through here. So I'm going to have them cover for a moment while our infantry maneuvers, and then I'll pull them back over to where Saul Perkins is. Move up to this 2-story. Snot can move up. Jeff Fisher can see where the... Okay, shots are coming from right here. So mortar's going out. I missed where this was coming from. I could hear it and not see it. They're engaging Ricky Spanish. That's the problem. Horse Renoir can't do anything. So they do have the machine gun. They are still being mortared. I actually thought the enemy would be out. That was a good hit. Oh, yeah, they are being charged. Ricky Spanish, I don't know if they can help. We might actually need to just bring Toshi over. Yep, that was exactly what I was afraid of. So, what kind of range was that, though? Because, like, that's 60 meters? What actually got them? Like, if this is 60 meters, what is that, 70, 80 meters? There's no way the infantry got him at that range, right? Bring Snot up. I don't know, are they still there? I think Barry can go ahead and take that flag. And we're going to keep pushing north over there. Steve was not able to make the move, so they'll do that. And yeah, Haley cleared this. So they're fatigued. We're just going to get them back up here to rest. Did we lose Francine? Why did Francine leave the building? Francine was supposed to stay put. That's weird. All right. We'll start moving with Roger. Okay, so Horse Renoir just has to watch for infantry that they can hit with the machine gun. They just can't use the autocannon. AT gun is up here somewhere. We've pretty much cleared a line here all the way across. So the AT gun's more towards the rear. This is where it's going to start getting iffier for the tanks. Okay. Who's shooting at Haley? Right here? Put some shots in there. We are still taking shots from up there. Oh, not that. Nope, not that either. Mortar's out up there. Trying to accidentally quit the game. That'd be terrible. Okay, Barry, move up. I think there's not a lot of good cover for Klaus. They could go through the trees up to there. Okay, so Saul Perkins can't help over here until we move up a little bit. we are taking more rifle fire from the west. We need infantry to secure these buildings, so because we are very thin in the infantry area, this is kind of a slow process. Barry's a little winded. I'm actually tempted to just sprint them to the 2-story and let them rest there. And Haley, I don't know if we move Haley up here or not. Saul Perkins is a couple meters away from helping. Did we just get hit? Well, it's a good thing we didn't move Haley. They're still shooting at us. Mortars. Mortars. More shots west. They shooting at Steve? Yep, they're shooting at Steve. From where? I don't see it. Is it still here? Alright. Snot, I don't know if you can stop any of this, but please help. Toshi's, again, sort of stuck in a spot where, like, they can't do a lot to help. Contact east. Yep, still a squad there. What's going on with Roger? You guys were so close. Get going. Saul Perkins has you covered. Just keep moving. Contact west. There's the AT gun. We're going to go ahead and start dropping mortars like crazy right there. I don't know if that is a threat to Klaus. I don't know if they can... Yeah, they probably can. Hide there. You guys hide there. We're going to keep creeping up with Jeff Fisher a little bit. I want to look down this road. In fact, you know what? Hold on. Let's leave Jeff Fisher there. Let's move Snot up just a little bit. These guys are still alive. Send it. Alright, that was a horrible miss. Okay. Roger made it. They can rest. I don't know what they were doing, but they decided to just change directions because somebody looked at them. Okay. Haley's doing alright. Let's pull them out down to the south just a little bit. Maybe they'll stop being shot at and stop panicking. Not sure who's still shooting. AT gun is damaged. Fire mission's complete. Just for the sake of it, we're going to send another salvo. We are not done with that. Barry's resting. Klaus would be resting if they stopped crawling. I don't know, like, nobody's popping up there. So let's go ahead and take Steve further north. Watch for gunshots. There we go. Eyes on. Toshi getting some good hits. There's another one right here. Let's get Snot further north. Let's put Jeff Fisher right there. And let's continue up here with Steve. One single guy right there somewhere, right? Yeah. Come on. Saul Perkins, what are you doing to me? Haley is still panicking. They're getting shot at from another location. More mortars going out. If Saul Perkins kills this guy right here, I'd be fine moving up a little further to deal with this. I just want this team dealt with. And on the west, Maybe? Klaus is still resting. Barry's actually doing fairly well. We're going to take that flag. And I think we're just going to keep moving there. We are fatigued over here with Steve, but we're running out of time, so I kind of want to just force them into this building. I would like this flag, and I don't want to move the tanks any closer without infantry. Now, if Roger can see that and cover it, let's go ahead and get Saul Perkins there. If Roger can cover that, it might be okay to move Haley up. If Toshi comes over here, we already know where their AT gun is, was, whatever. So we can definitely get Toshi moving to the north with a little bit less consequence. Let's actually get Roger to make this run over here and take the flag. And we're going to get Haley going up here to this flag. We just have to monitor because Haley might get shot at here immediately. They're still in this hedge right here. Last mortar salvo going out. Is Haley being shot at? Yep, they are. So that didn't work. Whatever's going on over here is still here. We don't have so much time that I can be patient there. Keep moving, guys. You're almost there. Now, are they going to be up here by the bridge? There's not a lot of cover between here and there. Never mind, it won't matter. That is so ridiculous. There's no way they hold that much terrain. First of all, we cleared the southeast corner. They have nobody down there. Second of all, that weird spot in the middle right here. Like, no, there's no way. That guy can't survive. Is he going to dig himself a foxhole and just hold that position? No. Over here, we didn't thoroughly explore, but like, I feel like everywhere from here south should be ours. And we did get infantry in these buildings, and somehow they still hold it. But we're all the way up here. Like, we took the bridge, but we didn't take the building. Like, so dumb. Either way, their morale broke. I'm just complaining. My morale's at 72. It got a little low. That artillery really messed us up. Overall, a decent fight. Just scattering vehicles trying to avoid the artillery was not necessarily the greatest strategy. We did kill 15. We wounded 30. We took 1 prisoner. They killed 2 and wounded 7. Now, they destroyed a vehicle and captured a vehicle. So, apparently, because of where Horse Remois was parked, they're going to capture our armored car. And you can see that because this is basically where he was sitting. It's kind of stupid, to be honest. Like, we got Panthers sitting right there, straight up next to it. Like, yeah, we're going to guard this. They're like, no, we're taking this with us. Like, no! Okay. Enough about my complaints. So, first up, Roger, 2 acts of bravery, captured some flags, no kills. Stan got hit directly by the artillery. We salute you, Stan. Thanks for your service. Francine, I still don't know what happened to the second Francine. First one got hit moving across the field. I'm not sure if they got gunned down or if it was a mortar. But then the second one that actually made it to the building started moving west. And I don't know if they were fleeing because they got shot at by the enemy that was north of the road. Either way, Francine, thanks for your service. Haley actually did fairly well. Took 1 casualty kind of later right there. But wasn't super active. But I used Haley a lot and didn't completely kill them. So that worked pretty well. Steve, okay. 1 kill. Did get a couple flags. Just really, really long trek to get nothing on the end of the map when everything was all said and done. Barry, no kills. Klaus, 3 acts of bravery, no kills. Way to go over there on the far west. And then we have Saul Perkins. So we've got 5 kills with Saul Perkins, and they were really struggling to identify targets in the fog. So I think that they could have had many more. It was just not being able to spot. Jeff Fisher, we're coming in with 8 kills, and that's not a bad performance, but they did have the benefit of the infantry being a little bit closer and kind of being in the right place at the right time. Snot came away with 3 kills. It's not bad at all. And then Toshi, also 3 kills. And kind of sort of similar to Saul Perkins. Like, we're out of position when I needed them. And then when they were in good position, they didn't really have vision on the target. So Ricky Spanish is coming away with 15 kills. And then we've got General Juanito Pequeño with 5 kills. Ricky Spanish was destroyed, no kills. Then we have Horse Renoir, who was immobilized. The vehicle was captured. 3 of the crew apparently escaped. They did have 4 kills, but that poor armored car is now in Allied hands. First platoon leader wiped out with 1 kill. BAR wiped out. Rifle survived. They had 2 infantry kills and a vehicle kill. BAR is wiped out. They have 1 kill. Rifle is wiped out. BAR is wiped out with 1 kill. Rifle is almost unharmed with 1 kill. BAR is wiped out. Rifle is wiped out. Light mortar is unharmed, no kills. Light mortar is unharmed, also no kills. AT gun, we got everybody. That's why we send those barrages up there. AT guns destroyed. They're not living to fight another day. All in all, mixed bag, right? So the artillery sucked. I knew to expect it, and it just kind of came at the wrong time. Maybe instead of sending the armored car to the north to avoid it, I should have just gone west. I was just sitting there like I saw infantry to the west at one point and did not want to go west. I knew they were to the north, but it seemed like they had more freedom and mobility to move north away from it, but it might not have mattered. They might have gotten hit no matter which direction they went. Outside of that, like the couple infantrymen that got hit by the artillery, like that happens. I could maybe have kept everybody a little more close knit and just tried to focus on one push. The problem is, like, there wasn't so much infantry that I could spread out. But if I did only push in one direction, I don't know if we would have made it this far anyway. They didn't put up really any resistance on the west end where I was able to secure 3 flags. But would I have fought through that faster if those 2 teams or 3 teams would have been east and I didn't spend all that time fighting with the 2 or 3 squads that were on the road? I don't know, maybe. So we're going to have kind of a mixed bag in the next outing here, and I hope you guys stick around to see how that plays out. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed the battle, click the subscribe button to catch future content and support the channel, and check out the Amazon affiliate links down below if you're looking for some tech items. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.